What's up? What's up? It's your girl Mickey Truth, aka Mickey Facts, and I'm back with another live, y'all. What it do? What it do? Loud Pack. What's up, Donna? What is going on? And no, I'm not late. I am on time. On time, Loud Pack. Thank you very much. Yo, Loud Pack, where you was on the last live? Your absence was definitely noticed. What's up, everybody? Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. We about to rock out. You know, it's been a little minute, but we're back with the regular lives. Y'all miss my lives. How y'all feeling about shots with Mickey? That's what I want to know. Y'all let me know in the chat. How are y'all feeling with that? Y'all rocking with it? Y'all feeling it? Is everything, or what? Y'all let me know in the chat while I'm getting everything set up. If you don't know, tonight live is about the XXXtencion case. It's in process of the trial is about to begin this week. So we gonna talk about it, break it down, and see what everybody feeling about it. So again, y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. What's up, Cosmo? Danielle, what's up? And we gonna rock it out, rock it out. So let me go ahead and put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because y'all know people be calling me at the weirdest times. All right, all right. Y'all know I can't say it right. But now that I said at least one time, we gonna call them XXX. I just got to remember to say it the same way. Matter of fact, you know what? Because I've been seeing online, some people call them Ja also, so I may say that too. We gonna see where we go. All right, y'all. So I got some documentation that we gonna talk about. Yeah, we gonna break it down as far as we can. Some documentation I'm not gonna put up because, like I told y'all, this case is going to trial this week, and although it's public, I ain't trying to be the one to put it out there. You feel me? You feel me? Now I'm just trying to find. What am I trying to find? See, I'm trying to do so many things at one time. I got one phone downloading the shots with Mickey for tonight. Yes, it's going down 12:02 a.m. Eastern time. A new episode of Shots with Mickey. And I'm trying to pull up everything for the live. So y'all bear with me. Bear with me. My granddaughter is around there doing something. I don't know what it is that she's doing, but it's something going on in my house at this moment. But her mom is here, so I'm going to leave it alone and I'm going to stick to the program. Now, let's get started. All right, so the XXX murder case is set to go to trial January 18, 2023. It's four suspects that have been charged. Dedrick Williams, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, and Robert Allen. Three are scheduled for trial on the 18th. One has already pled guilty and taken a plea. And he is set to testify against the other defendants. So before we get into all that, some of us may not know the story or everything that surrounded it. So we're going to start from the beginning. I'm actually going to go over what the paperwork said happened. It is video clips that we're going to attempt to put up because y'all already know how it comes to that audio video. But nevertheless, we're going to definitely get into it. and see what we can see. So let's get into it. Can I get a copyright spread love, please? But how everybody doing before we get into the paperwork? Everybody doing well tonight? Thank you, spread love. And let me see what we got going on here. I'm waiting on my screen to catch up with me. Don't understand. Excuse me. All right, y'all, hold on. Y'all already know it's not a Mickey Truth Live if we don't have technical difficulties. Share screen. I shared it. Share that. Alright, let's see. Are we making some progress now? All right. I hear an echo. Give me a second. Do y'all hear an echo or is it just me? All right. Bam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what's going on with this haywire. It's going haywire. All right, hold that thought, y'all. Hold that thought. Because I don't know what's going on. All right, it should have worked all the way that time. All right, let's see. Do we see it now? Do we see it now? Why is it still showing the same screen? Okay, there we go. Now we're making progress. All right, y'all. This picture here is a screenshot of the actual video footage from the scene of the murder. Okay. As y'all can see, it's a black car and then it's a black truck blocking it. You see two people in hoodies on the driver's side. One is reaching in. You see somebody on the passenger side in a white shirt that's fleeing. Okay. We're going to get into it. We even got more of the actual video footage. But because the document I'm going over has personal info that I'm not going to be the one to put out, I decided just to put the picture up while we're going over the paperwork. Y'all cool with that? All right, let's get into it. All right, so let's start off with, for those who don't know, the murder of, now y'all already know, so loud pet, before you get to popping off, you already know I cannot pronounce his stage name or his actual name, okay? But I'm gonna try my best, okay? And y'all gonna have to just forgive me and don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my mind. All right, y'all. So according to the general affidavit and application for search warrant, this is what I'm reading from the Broward County Florida. Okay. It says that on June 18, 2018 at 3:57 p.m., deputies were dispatched to 3671 North Dixie Highway in Deerfield Beach in reference to a shooting. Upon arrival, deputies found the victim, Jossie Onfroy, seated in the driver's seat of a black BMW parked on the north side of the parking lot of River Motorsports. The victim was suffering from what appears to be several gunshots wounds. It was determined that the victim had came with a friend, Leonard Kerr, to the location to look at motorcycles. Kerr stated that as they were leaving the location, their vehicle was cut off by a dark colored SUV. Two suspects exited the passenger side of the SUV armed with guns and demanded property from the victim. The victim was then shot by the gunman. After the victim was shot, one of the gunmen entered the victim's vehicle and removed a small Louis Vuitton bag that belonged to the victim from within. The contents of the victim's bag includes, but is not limited to, the victim's cell phone, a BMW key, and $50,000 in U.S. currency. Both suspects re-entered the passenger side of the dark-colored SUV, and the vehicle fled the scene. The victim's vehicle was processed for both latents and DNA by crime scene detectives. So, a couple things that people, or some of the clickbait that we have ran into as we have been researching this case, is that he was alone. So the first part of this affidavit stated he was not alone. He had a passenger. As y'all can see in this still shot, someone is seen exiting the vehicle. Okay, so he was not alone. It was a passenger that fled the scene. Now, it then says, and I'm not going to read verbatim because this is 10, I don't know how many pages to this affidavit, but it's public. Everybody can go look at it themselves. It's 10 pages, and y'all, that's a lot of reading, okay? But we going to keep it as important as possible. Now, an eyewitness to the shooting provided a sworn statement and advised that both the gunmen appeared to be black males wearing dark clothing, gloves, wearing some type of face mask during the incident, one black in color and the other red in color. In a follow-up, it was determined that the victim had come from Bank of America just before going to River Motorsports. At the Bank of America, the victim had withdrawn $50,000, all in $100 bills. The $100 bills was wrapped in bank wrappers. This money was placed in a bag by the victim before leaving the bank. This transaction was confirmed in a sworn statement from Bank of America teller. Now, all these locations, the River Motorsports and the Bank of America, was equipped with cameras, okay? So, according to documents, they definitely do have all the footage, okay, that broke it down. We do have a piece of it that I'm going to play in a few once we kind of get over the scenario. And we're going to see if we see what the paperwork is saying, okay? Now, let's start with this. I saw someone type already, but I'm going to ask everybody. Does anybody know who the passenger of the vehicle was supposed to be to XXX? Y'all let me know in the chat. I know Loud Pack said his answer. Loud Pack thinks the dudes were stalking him. Okay. The uncle. Well, it was confirmed in the transcript for XXX mother, Cleopatra, that the passenger was not XXX's uncle, but his little brother's uncle. Okay, so he wasn't a no blood relationship to XXX. However, his little brother, that is the passenger, was his uncle, not XXX uncle. Okay, just to clarify that part, because that was one of the clickbait things that we saw, but technically it wasn't his uncle. All right, so now a few people have already said they felt like the victim was being stalked. That's how they came across him to do the robbery. In this affidavit, it does break down in detail some things, okay? And I'm going to focus in on that. And then you guys let me know if you still feel like he was being stalked or that it was an inside play, okay? And if you choose to make, well, hold on, Paul. Technically, Loud Pet, that wouldn't be a step uncle unless they was married. Now, I know in a lot of families, indirectly, people will add a title, so not taking it away. But technically, it wouldn't be his step uncle if his mom is not married to the brother. But back to what I was saying. Now I forgot what I was saying, Loud Pack. Nevertheless, okay, so if you think at the end of this that it was a setup, I want you guys to tell me who you think set them up. Okay, so we're gonna look at two scenarios here. Okay, we're gonna look at if one, he was just stalked by these guys, or two, it was a setup. If you choose two, I want you to put your option of who you think set them up. Okay, and we're gonna talk about it. All right. So here we go. According to the police in this affidavit, it is stating that a lot of the key information they got is video surveillance, including finding out who were the suspects. Okay. The cause of death was issued as multiple gunshot wounds, and it was labeled a homicide. Next it says that River Motorsport shows a suspect in a white tank top and orange sandals making a purchase inside the business, and shows the receipts of what they had on and what they purchased. I meant to say the receipts of what they purchased. Okay. Still photographs was taken from the store video and provided to patrol units. A deputy actually contacted the detective and advised them they knew who the person was. So right there, you already know when the police know exactly who you are, you in trouble, like for real. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to go ahead and play the first video, so that we can get a visual. And then, so y'all cross y'all fingers now, because y'all know how it is with this video stuff. We gonna see. And I want to say today was my first time actually seeing the video. I didn't know it was a video. So let me see if I can get the video pulled up here. And it's actually a news clipping. So let's see. I've been doing too much talking because my throat is dry. All right, let's see if it works.
After an up-and-coming rapper is shot, 20-year-old XXXtencion robbery. Police say the artist, whose real name is Number one album maybe.
Okay, that was actually the wrong video. Anyway, so give me 1 second. That was another news clip. Let me see here. Yeah, I heard it breaking up too. That was I don't be knowing what be going on with this thing, okay? But I do got another picture, so worst case scenario, I'll just have to pull up the still shots of it. But I really was hoping that the video will work. Okay, so I don't even have that one saved. So let's just pull up the other picture. One day, okay? One day, I'm not going to have technical issues where it's going to be a clean, crisp video playing with no issues. One day, right? We're going to get there one day. But nevertheless, we still got more paperwork that I'm going to pull up on the screen also. So we got a lot of visuals we can look at. It's just unfortunately the video part is not working. Now, where's the other picture? All right, so I'm pulling up the next picture. The video would have did much better than the picture, but hey, we're gonna just keep it moving. This picture that is coming up on the screen is actually the inside of the bike shop. Now, why did it go back to that one? Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. So you can see, excuse me, XXX standing nearest to the, I want to say that's a gray bike. You see a guy behind him in a white shirt and like a black hat. You see the worker in the blue shirt next to the gray bike. Then you see a guy that is kind of blurry from the screenshot, but in a tank top. And it's a bigger guy in all black walking behind him. Okay. According to documents, the two guys that you see, the one that's walking in the tank top and the one that's in all black, are the two of the four suspects that's going to be charged with the murder. Okay. So, according to the document, let me see here. I'm trying to scroll because I might can pull this up on my screen. I'm trying to see who's all in this. I'm gonna wait till the next document because it got like they put everybody's birthday and everything in here. You said there's 3 dudes. Where's the third? Because only 2 of the suspects went in. The bigger, so this is how I keep up with them, right? It's 2 bigger statue dudes and 2 smaller statue dudes. So only the 2 bigger ones went into the building. The 2 smaller ones was the one that jumped out and actually committed the crime. So where's the third dude, Loud Pet? And see, that's why I wanted to play the video because it's not a third person that's in the case unless I'm missing something and the police report is missing something. Where was the third dude? Maybe I can get a still shot of it real quick. Loud pick. Okay, I'll look back at the chat. So here we go. So the still photographs that was taken from the store video and was passed out. One of the patrol units stated that Dietrich Williams was one of the guys in the photo. They found his social media and several public photographs have been posted to his Instagram account. One of these photos dated April 2018 shows Williams wearing bright orange sandals. And in the actual video, you see that he had bright orange sandals with no socks, mind as you walking through the building. Then it also says that they see those same sandals in another photo, well, several photos in May of 2018. Okay. Next, we have a 6-picture photographic array was shown to a business employee at the bike shop, and he positively identified Dietrich Williams as the suspect who purchased the black mask from him on 6/18/2018 at 3:36 p.m. Okay. Then another employee also stated that Dietrich has came into the store before, so he identified him also. So they were positively identified. Well, Dietrich Williams so far was the first one to be identified by witnesses and surveillance. Okay. So next, we have here that a warrant for arrest was made for Dietrich Williams on 6/19. So the murder happened on 6/18. The first arrest warrant was issued on the 19th. Once, let's see here. Okay, so once at the public safety building in a recorded interview to this detective, Williams first denied he was at River Motorsports and did advise he was a regular customer at the location. Williams then changed his story to the fact that he was at River Motorsports on 6/18 and that he had a ride with his younger daughter and a friend of his named Fat Boy in a gray Nissan 4-door vehicle. Okay. Now, before I continue, Loud Pack, did you find the answer? Or, because I see that you said, hold up. And y'all already know this is a truth team presentation. So if y'all got questions, if y'all say, hold on, no, I know something else, definitely put it in the chat and we're going to talk about it. Because that's what the truth team panels are for. Well, let me know, Loud Pack, I'm going to keep going, okay? So this is where Dietrich Williams, or Dedrick, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, started saying more of exactly what was happening, okay? So once confronted with the fact that River Motorsports had an extensive video camera system, he again changed his story, admitting that he had not been telling detectives the truth. Okay, so Loud Pat said it was just two walking bear. That's fine, look, that's what we here for. He stated that he was at his house in Pompano Beach, babysitting his children when several of his friends came by his house. Williams stated that a young black male named Sherrod from the neighborhood was cutting his grass, so he asked the subject to watch his children while he went to River Motorsports. Okay. Side note, when do y'all let y'all line people watch y'all kids? Like, that was awkward. And I'm just gonna add my little 2 cents on this one. I feel like in that moment, it was sparing the moment because you would have not had your children if it was pre-planned, in my opinion, right? You would have made sure you was free and able to move. I feel like, and this is why I feel like it had to be something else. Either A, like Loud Pack says, he was being stalked and somebody got wind of where he was, or it was an inside job and someone called with the info. It then goes, Williams then began to explain that he was with the suspects who tried to rob the victim, but he had no knowledge in advance that the incident was going to occur. Okay? Let me start off with this. Tried to rob the victim. It wasn't a try, it was done. And you know that because you were there, you know? Secondly, how you not know in advance if you out the blue got, and I'm just saying allegedly, got a phone call or whatnot to go somewhere with your friends to the point you ask your guy that's cutting your grass to watch your kids. The guy that's cutting your grass is watching your kids. Okay? All right. Let's keep moving. So, boom, boom, boom. Williams admitted that he was wearing a light gray tank top. So, the guy right there in front of the guy with all black is who is talking at this point. Dedrick Williams. And then he stated that, let me see, that Fat Boy was wearing a dark colored shirt. So according to Dedrick, the guy in all black that's walking behind him is Fat Boy. It makes sense to me because dude was a bigger dude. Hey, you know? Williams stated that what had happened at River Motorsports bothered him and that when he went home, he could not sleep. I'm going to call bullshit on that one. Okay? I'm definitely going to call BS on that one. Because I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to continue. Y'all going to see why I call BS on that one. What's next? Where we going to go next? Here we go. So I'm going to go to this part and then we're going to talk about it. It says, as this detective began to ask Williams the details of what had happened and the identity of the two gunmen, Williams stated that he wanted to tell the truth to what occurred at River Motorsports, but wanted a lawyer with him when he did. Williams stated that he was fearful of being labeled a snitch when he went to prison. At that point, questioning was stopped by detectives. Let's start off with, if that was your fear, why talk at all? Because if you have been following along with me as I've been reading this, they really only confronted him with surveillance video. They had nothing else. The patrol officer knew him, not the other guys. So really everything could have stopped with you at that point, but you spoke anyway. So why now when it goes to, you already said who Fat Boy is, right? The guy who's in the store with you. But now you don't want to say the other two names. Like, why start it if you're not going to finish it? Because regardless, in my opinion, he probably going to be labeled a snitch either way it goes because you already started releasing information. And one thing I have learned, like I said, I have not been in this situation before, but I have read enough affidavits so far about these cases where they going to write everything you say plus some. So that is definitely crazy to me. Okay. Now, the next set of it is going to get more into figuring out who is who. I'm not going to get into that right now. We definitely going to have a part 2 to this because it's so much. But for time purposes and kind of getting the gist of the story out, I'm going to move into the documentation part. So I'm going to stop sharing the picture. So far away, what y'all feeling? Do y'all have any questions about this case that y'all have already had that you want to say, hey, Mickey, what about this? So, let me, excuse me, y'all. Okay, Cosmo like set up, okay? And I'm feeling the same thing. I'm not even gonna cap, y'all. And I've been trying to hold it in until we got further along, but I'm not even gonna cap. I feel like it was set up to, like, definitely. That's what I feel. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Trying to make this page bigger. Yeah, it's what I'm about to show y'all next is the transcript from and I know I'm about to say this wrong, and I'm not, y'all ain't about to clown me tonight, but the transcript from the mother, okay, I'm going to read that. Well, I'm going to show that and then read it, but we're going to read it together. So give me a minute. Let me. Dang, it's not going to get no bigger. Is it? Can I make it bigger? Oh, before I get into that, this is what's intriguing to me too. So y'all remember we've been talking about the with the DJ Pat murder case, right? We talked about him requesting funds, okay? And remember, everybody was like, I've never heard of that before, right? And then when we talked about the Lil Woody case, you know, the one that's associated with the YSL, he did the same thing. Well, let me show y'all this, okay? And now, mind y'all, this was back in 2018. So this is definitely older than both of these cases, okay? So let me show y'all. All right, y'all can see this. So let me see if I can make it a little bigger. It won't let me make it bigger. Okay, so this says here for Robert Allen, which is one of the guys on this case, one of the suspects. It says defendant's motion to approve private investigator costs is granted. Defense counsel, having been court appointed and the JAC taking no position on the matter, the court authorizes 50 hours of private investigation time at court approved JAC rates. Defense may request additional what does that say? Permission for more funds if required. An additional order will be required to. Who handwriting is this? I don't even know what that says. But nevertheless, it's stating here that he was allowed to get funds to help with his case. And just to let y'all know, Robert Allen is actually the guy that took the plea deal also. He actually just accepted the plea deal. I want to say in December. I'm going to bring up that paperwork in a minute. I think it was December, maybe October or December. We'll get to that. But yeah, he got funds. What y'all think about that? It seemed like ever since the DJ Pat situation, it's like every case that I touch is a suspect that's getting funds from the state to help with their defense. Yeah, I think so, Spread Love. I think so. All right, let's get into it. I just pulled that up and I was like, yeah, I remember that. All right, what's next? What's next? Let me see here. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Y'all, this case has so many. So if y'all wondering, like Mickey, why is it taking so long to find this case? If y'all don't know, this case has 4 suspects, which each person got their own set of forms. So yeah, that should tell y'all something, okay? It's a lot of them. And then I had to go back and look again today just to make sure I got all the updated paperwork. Because when I originally pulled the file, it was like a month or so ago. And we all know how that can change, right? So, yeah. All right. So, I guess before I get into it, since I already got this one pulled up, I'm going to go ahead and share this. This is the actual indictment. I got so many tabs open. Hold on, y'all. All right, there we go. All right, so count one is first degree murder with a firearm. It says here on the 18th day of June in the year 2018, the county of Broward, y'all know, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, state of Florida, Deidre D. Williams, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, and Robert Allen did unlawfully and feloniously kill and murder. They have XXX name blacked out. I'm not sure why, but they do. A human being by shooting him with a firearm or helping as a principal to such shooting with a premeditated intent to cause the death of XXX. And during the course thereof, Trayvon Newsom did actually possess a firearm, and Michael Boatwright did actually possess and discharge a firearm. And as a result, discharge death was inflicted on XXX. Y'all got that so far? So according to the indictment, Trayvon Newsom was one of the guys that jumped out the car to commit the robbery. Michael Boatwright was one of the guys that jumped out is being alleged to be the actual shooter. So that leaves Robert Allen and DJ Williams as the two guys that went inside of the store. So I definitely agree with premeditation, even though we don't know prior to the store. But going into a store, you're casing out your victim, right? And this is where I'm going with it. And y'all tell me if y'all thinking the same thing I'm thinking or y'all thinking something else. I'm thinking like, bam, you get this call like, yo, whatever, it's a leak, come through. Y'all pull up, you like, yo, go scope it out, see if it's really what it is. You go in there, all right, bam, I see him. All right, we gonna keep it cool. We ain't gonna cause a scene. We're gonna wait till he get out the door. That's what I'm thinking happened. What y'all thinking? Y'all on the same page or y'all thinking something totally different? Y'all let that fester in your mind. So next is count two, armed robbery with a firearm. Right. They definitely all played a part for sure. It says here, Deidre D. Williams, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, and Robert Allen did unlawfully take from the person or custody of XXX certain property of value with the intent to permanently or temporarily deprive XXX of a right to the property or a benefit therefrom by the use of force, violence, assault, or putting the said XXX in fear. And during the commission of the said felony, Trayvon Newsom did actually possess a firearm, and Michael Boatwright did actually possess and discharge a firearm. As a result of the discharge, death was inflicted of XXX. You can say that again, loud pad. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna leave this up here for real quick. In this affidavit, let me find the actual part real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna summarize some of this stuff. So the girlfriend of Deidre Williams actually provided, wouldn't provide a recorded statement, but she provided, like, I guess a tip, and that is how they kind of got to the next suspect. Okay, and the next suspect that they came in contact with was Boatwright. Um, and during their investigation, I'm gonna tell y'all something about DJ Williams. Okay, he had a receipt for almost $800 worth of clothing purchased at Just for Sports in Fort Lauderdale the day after the robbery / homicide. So let's see here. So Loud Pat says, I don't even see the point in going into the store. They probably could have gotten away with it if they just waited for him. But see, that part what leads me to think somebody hit them up. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know for sure it was accurate info. You know? And I'm about to, matter of fact, let me go ahead and stop that real quick. Cause I really want to get into this next part. I thought I saved it. I may have to pull it from the internet. I thought I had already saved it. But let's see. Exactly, Miss Tina, for sure. Okay. Yes, I found it. Good, because I did not want to have to pull it from the internet. Because that would have been a lot. Oh, you know what? Let's just start from here. This is a lot of stuff. I forgot I ain't even finished reading it. So, hey, some of this stuff we about to go over for the first time. And this is part of the Fair Use Act because this is public access information. This is not anything that don't supposed to be public, okay? So Loudpack has a question. So you think the two that went in the store seen him went in to make sure, then they hit up the other dudes who hopped out the car? No, I feel like they all were in the car. And I may be biased because I've read the full affidavit. So I'm gonna say this. According to the affidavit, all four guys was already together. Two got out and scoped it out. The other two stayed in the car. Now I will say the Robert Allen, like he looked like a good 350, 400 pounds. On his arrest record, it said he was 3. I think that might be light. But I can understand why he wasn't probably one of the shooters because it just, even on the video, he was walking slow. So I really just think it was somebody called in some info. It wasn't planned to the extent like a hit, but it was definitely like a leak for sure. You know? And that's just my opinion on it from reading it. But yeah, dude definitely is on the heavy side. All right, so I'm about to pull it up now. Are you gonna share? Okay, there we go. All right, let me see if I can make this bigger. Ew, this so small. We're gonna try to get through it though. All right. So what we're looking at here was filed in December 2022, and its response to state's motion to compel discovery. And I'm gonna just kind of skim through it, but oh snap, why did it? So let's see here. So basically, they're stating that during the hearing, the state made many inaccurate representations, starting with the allegation that court's order discovery cutoff was December 8th, 2022, when actually it was December 12th, and the defendant witness list was timely filed. So, y'all, it's already some BS going on, but I want to get into the more of the details. So number 5 basically states that the decedent was a chart topping hip hop star with multiple open felonies for violent crimes. Okay. Number 6, It says the defense has always treated this case as a gang case and appointed gang expert Dr. Jesus de la Cruz back on July 3rd, 2019. It is no shock to the state that the undersigned has been investigating gang and gang affiliation in regards to this case for over 3 years. Okay. Then it goes on to say that XXX was involved in two separate groups during his life that operated much like a street gang. One called Very Rare Crew, then later Members Only. Then it says the groups at first glance could be construed as music collectives, but in reality operated much like a street gang, committing acts of violence together, including home invasions, robberies, attempted murder. Oh, wow. This sounds so familiar. Isn't this the same basis of what they were doing to YSL? Sounds familiar to me. Now, it later goes on to see what else it says. It says, I don't really want to talk a lot about, because it seems like this is more so about XXX. I'm pretty sure it's going to be important to the case because this is the defense's stance on it. Okay. So we going down to number 11. It says, so if y'all don't know, Drake was listed on the witness list for this case. And this is, I guess, why he was important to the witness list. It says at number 11 that Onfro was in, I said Onfro, I think it's Onfro, but XXX was incarcerated for allegedly abusing his pregnant girlfriend and held no bond status. It is believed that he was informed by a friend that Drake had heard his music and wanted to meet him. It is believed that XXX created a fantasy like idea that Drake would come to his aid and speak at his bond hearing to somehow obtain his freedom. When Drake failed to come to XXX aid, his feelings towards Drake began to shift in a negative fashion. Did anybody ever hear that part before? I know I surely didn't. It then goes on to say, on or about March 29, 2017, Drake debuted his song KMT in Amsterdam. The song quickly made its way through the internet, and when someone played the song to Onfroy while still in custody, it said that XXX instantly believed Drake stole his song. Mm. I never knew that's what started the whole situation. So do y'all think that the feud was actually more so of XXX putting stuff together in this situation and really Drake didn't have a beef with him? It was like one of those self-made beefs? What y'all thinking about that? Because I didn't hear that. I never read that part before. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all, like I said, me and the team has been at this case all day. It's over 500 total documents all together. But hey, y'all already know how we do it. It can't be a fact if it's not on the paperwork. That's how I look at it. So, but yeah, we will be having a part two. But we're gonna get into the rest of this, and then we're also about to get into some of the answers that XXX mother actually provided in her statement. What's up, Cheryl? How you doing? Thank you, girl. Thank you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody that rocks out with me. All right, y'all. So let's continue on here. So it then says the cadence of the rap style and rhythm of the song is by all standards extremely similar and have caused many to believe that Graham, which is Drake, did in fact steal important aspects of the song from XXX. The feud between XXX and Graham that began at the moment only because worse after he was released from jail. See. So basically, it says here that XXX was like picking on Drake on social media, making statements about his mother, even posting a picture of Drake lookalike with semen on his face. Wow, that is crazy. Okay. Then it says it is believed that Onfroy, after posting said pictures of the Drake lookalike as DJ Academics, who government name is Livingston Allen, to post it on his site also. And that if Livingston did post the picture, the XXX would return a favor to Livingston. Wow. It says number 17, Livingston Allen, who had spoken publicly about this at great length, stated that he warned XXX that although he did not believe that Graham was a violent person, that XXX could be pushing him to retaliate. It then says at number 18, Livingston has stated that in response to his warnings that XXX removed the post and made a false claim that he had been hacked. It is worth noting that the claim of being hacked came a short time after posting the picture of Drake lookalike with semen on his face. So it then says XXX posted on his Instagram, if anyone tries to kill me, it was Champagne Poppy. He added him. I'm snitching right now. Graham's Instagram handle is Champagne Poppy. Aubrey Drake Graham is an international pop star who resides in Los Angeles, California, that has multiple businesses, including OVO. I'm trying to read what all it's saying here. It says Mr. Graham, despite being raised in an affluent Forest Hill neighborhood in Toronto, has maintained relationships with many individuals involved in gang-related activities, including but not limited to Hassan Ali, aka Top 5, who is currently charged with first-degree murder stemming from a 2021 shooting in Toronto. Oh, wow. Yeah, you heard it loud, Pat. That's who they said. It also says that Hassan Ali is a Somali rapper with a suspected member of the Jungle Blood Street Gang, aka Go Get 'em Gang from Toronto, Lawrence Heights neighborhood. Jeez, they break it. Like, the detail they're going in, right, is just like, what? Like, what does this got to do with the murder of XXX? Um, oh, it even go. So I wonder why. Okay, so this Hassan Ali, right? They're even breaking down like his actual charges. I wonder what they're trying to like tie in. Hey, we don't discriminate over here, loud pet. Hey, the documents say it. I ain't saying it. I ain't never heard of these people. But yeah, that's what they say here. Now it also says at number 23, prior to his arrest for murder, Hassan Ali appeared on the podcast by DJ Academics and declared openly, I am Drake's shooter. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Anyone disrespect Drake, I am shooting. That was said openly and aired for millions of views on DJ Academics podcast. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Number 24 says Antonio King, aka 600 Breezy, is a Chicago based rapper that is close friends with Graham, who posted videos on social media in a Ferrari alleging he was armed in XXX neighborhood threatening him. Not only did King post videos driving around what he claimed to be XXX home, taunting him, stating, "I'm blicked up." The defense believes that blicked up is a term referencing being armed or ready to commit a violent act with a gun. Previous to traveling to South Florida for the express purpose of threatening, intimidating, and or attacking XXX, King posted himself brandishing what looks like a gun in a post where he states that as soon as he's able to travel, he's going to travel to confront XXX. He goes on to say that when he mentioned it to Mr. Graham, he just shrugged instead of telling him don't do it, which King claims would have been his usual response. Okay, y'all. This posting stuff on social media to this extent is crazy to me. Like, did anybody see this video? Because I'm over here like, what in the world was all this doing posting on social media? Okay. So next, number 26. So now I'm understanding why the defense listed all these people on their witness list. Now I'm getting it. Now it's making sense. Um, because to be honest, when you're listening to it, I definitely can understand a reasonable doubt. Just to be real, So I'm getting it now. It started because I was like, why is all these big name people on this list? Now it's starting to make sense. Number 26, another familiar name. Daniel Hernandez, aka Takashi 69, is a former Blood gang member turned informant. Wow, that's something to put in the paperwork. Who has spoken publicly about his relationship with XXX. He says they're real close. Here we go. Y'all ready? Maybe this is why he's on the witness list. It said Hernandez testified that listed witness known as Offset's wife and person that the state thought important enough to mention in their motion to compel, despite not being a witness listed by the defense. Cardi B, whose government name is, I do not know how you pronounce it, was in fact a member of the Blood Street gang. Hernandez stated in an interview that XXX texted him on June 16, 2018, days before the murder, a message. "Be safe, okay? Don't let your guard down." Hernandez connection to the Bloods gang and XXX message days before his death is crucial to the defense's case. Now, I'm going to pause right there, okay? Now, y'all can see this because I didn't read it verbatim. Are y'all getting why Cardi B name is listed right there? Am I missing something? How? Y'all tell me. Am I missing something? Because it's like they're saying 6ix9ine said or testified. Now, where he testified, I don't know. Testified that Offset's wife, okay, person that the state thought important enough to mention in their motion to compel. So the state mentioned her also. Then it goes to say that she's in fact a member of the Blood Street gang, right? Then it jumped to a text message about being safe, don't let your guard down. Then they say it's crucial to the defense's case. I'm lost on that one. Como said lost too. I'm like, that part there got me scratching my head, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Now, let's go down to number 27 because I'm seeing some more familiar names. So let's go down to number 27. Maybe that can shed some light on what the H we are reading here, right? So it says on number 27, surviving members of Migos, Offset and Quavo were well aware that Drake versus XXX beef, and on at least one occasion, it is believed that XXX was attacked by Migo members and security staff. During the deposition of Cleopatra Bernard, which is XXX mother, when asked why she had Lennar Carr go with XXX to the motorcycle store, she indicated that it was because the ongoing battle with Drake and Migos. When asked why Umfar mother had security with I keep trying to say his name, with XXX the day of the murder, she stated, well, as he spoke about earlier being knocked out on stage and jumped by Migos affiliates, I felt he needed security. Spread love. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, I can't even get my words out because to be honest with you, I kind of feel like the name was thrown out there, but then it's like they said that Tekashi 6ix9ine testified that Cardi B was a blood. So what the hell, you know? So it then goes on to say that um, Robert Allen, Newsom, and Boatwright are members of ZMF. Um, and again, they got Instagram posts showing this. So, here we go. Okay, now I still don't understand where Cardi B come in at, but listen to this, y'all. Y'all see at the top, we still on number 28. It says, undersigned produced two pictures obtained from the internet of Mr. Graham throwing up. Now, Mr. Graham is Drake throwing up identical gang signs. The state-owned witness agreed that Mr. Graham was throwing up the ZMF gang signs. So now they're saying these guys that's on trial for murder of XXX are in the same gang, allegedly, as Drake. Mm, mm, that's crazy. That is crazy. I kind of agree too, Miss Tina. It definitely sounds like a conspiracy theories, and I want y'all to understand the document that we're looking at. Although it's an official court document, it is from the defense's side of things. Okay, so again, reading this, and y'all, matter of fact, a one for yes, a two for no. Based off what we're reading, is this causing reasonable doubt in your mind about the case? Let me see a one for yes. It gives you reasonable doubt that something else is going on. Two for no, if you're still like, nah, they guilty, ain't nobody did anything. It's just them. Let me see in the chat. A one for yes, a two for no. Does what we have read so far cause reasonable doubt in your mind about this case? It even go down. And while we doing that, okay, we got some no's. Oh, now y'all look at number 31. It says prior to Armford, okay, we got some yeses, so we kind of like in between here. We don't know. The truth team don't know right now. All right, prior to XSX Delve, Joe Budden during a production stated to Livingston Allen, who is DJ Academics, you are breaking street protocol by telling everything that happened. Migos get in this shit every time a week. Because behind all these, Migos has OG behind them. When they start talking about street protocol, who do I refer them to? My OGs. Migos, what the hell? Who wrote this? Migos, everybody know who their OGs are. You stay your little ass away from his little ass. You know why? Because when it gets real, my OG are going to have to come into play. I'm going to have to keep away from his little ass. They're going to hurt him. Budden's rant is inactive or indicated that he has in-depth knowledge of gang culture and the gang associations of Migos, who have been listed as witnesses. Budden has direct knowledge that is crucial to the defense's case and is speaking publicly regarding same. Yo, that's what the paper say. This is not my words. Literally, this is what they said that Joe Budden said. Those are not my words. Listen, y'all. When I tell y'all, I mean, especially when it came to the takeoff case, right? Y'all know a lot of people that speak out about the takeoff situation in Houston, they never want to per se snitch or per se tell nothing, but they speak on it. Are y'all understanding what's going on? Joe Biden, Budden, not Biden, Joe Budden is basically just speaking on street shit, right? Not even saying nothing in particular, but because he's hinting at OG this and OG that and what's gonna get involved, now he's on the witness list to come to trial. So again, y'all, talking about the situation directly, like you may know something, can get your ass subpoenaed to be in there telling what you know under oath, possibly. Okay. Now I'm gonna go down to the next part. Like I said, it will be a part two to this because there's so many documents. Um, Hold on, let me see. This about to say? I guess I can. I guess we can just finish this one and then go into the transcripts later. What y'all thinking? Are your mind blown yet? I know mine is. All right, so listen. I'm gonna definitely. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this part of the document because this particular document that we're looking at is over 100 pages long. So we're gonna finish this part and then we can get into the transcripts on the next slide. Um, and go from there because it's a lot. Jury selection starts on the 18th, which is Wednesday. I'm definitely gonna be hopefully I can get live streaming. But I'm definitely gonna keep everybody updated on what's going on with this case. But y'all, this is a lot. And a lot of heavy hitter names are being mentioned. And like y'all saw yourself, some of these names we don't even understand why they're being mentioned, but they're being mentioned. Now, number 32 states here that XXX mother says that Migos and the Drake situation was amongst the reasons she was adamant about having security with her son the day he died. But Budden himself broadcast that Migos as well as himself are genuinely associated to active gang members, or as he states, OG. They then go into say amend it and remove Mr. Ball, aka take off from the original witness list, who was shot and killed in November of 2022. However, video posted by surviving members shows Quavo dressed in red shirt and hat and a convertible with a Glock pistol laying next to him is of importance. They then say the color red is commonly known color used to represent the Blood Street gang. The tragic killing of Mr. Ball in a video of Ball and indicates that Mr. Button's assertions of the members of Migos are legitimate gang members is accurate. The two surviving members of Migos, Takeoff and Quavo, and I'm saying their stage name instead of their actual name, have relevant information that is crucial to the defense's case. Again, do y'all see how the tragic death of Takeoff is being linked to the tragic death of XXX? That is crazy to me. That is wild. Long live Takeoff for sure. That is wild. Um, I don't even. I'm kind of speechless right now. I wasn't prepared for all this. I totally disregarded because, like I told y'all, this document is 106 pages long, and in this document is a transcript of the mom. And I actually got it to read the transcript, so I totally didn't really fully read this, but this definitely says or confirms or kind of clarifies to a certain extent why a lot of the big name people were listed on the witness list for the defense. Because basically they're trying to say, hey, one of these people we're calling out possibly set this up. Or these gunmen or suspects were working on behalf of somebody else. Definitely conspiracy. But the question that we like to follow is if it causes reasonable doubt. Como said, I see why they let 6ix9ine. You know what? You know what, Como? See, now I got to read what y'all be writing. But I get where you're coming from with it, though, for sure. Here we go here. 33. It says, the state in paragraph 8 of her motion to compel tells this court that based on comments made between the parties, that the defendant intended to surprise the state and create trial by ambush. When pressed on this, Ms. Archel admitted that the party's comments she was referring to were not made by undersigned, but allegedly by other lawyers who were commenting to her about what undersigned may have said. Therefore, despite at first glance appearing as if undersigned himself used the word surprise, in all actuality, the state attorney was quoting a non-party. Paragraph 8 of the motion is misleading and illustrates a shockingly inappropriate use of double hearsay. Then it says, number 34, despite the death of Mr. XXX, Mr. Graham has consistently written lyrics in his music after the murder that the defense believes relates to the decedent. The lyrics include, but not limited to, the following. On the track on BS on Drake's newest album, Her Lost album, he has a lyric where it is believed he refers to XXX. And that lyric is, maybe I should break that 10, do a 5, then if it gets live, do a 5 again. If he held his tongue on that live, he'll be alive again. Damn. I've never put no prices on the beef until we end this shit. Oh. Oh, Lord. This was a lot. Oh, it continues to go. It continues. I'm not about to read all these lyrics. I'm gonna read this one because I'm like, it just stood out just now. It says SMX, SMS, triple X. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck, skr. Why you keep on shooting if you know that nigga dead, skr? That's the only kind of shit that gets you some respect. Then it says, I'm a, I'm upset. $500,000 on my head, I can accept, yeah. Least it makes me feel like someone tried their best, yeah. Want to waste $500,000, be my guest. Made me want to buy a vest and a tape. What y'all thinking? I swear, like these lyrics be like, is they come back the Miss Tina said his lyrics whack as fuck. Like, let me tell you, I never knew these songs said this, so it's like the beats go hard though. All right, so I'm gonna do this, and then we gonna see where we are at that point. I had to yarn, y'all. Spread Love said the defense using these lyrics are nonsense because the killers were caught on camera. Yes, and that's why I feel like the if anything, they're trying to point a picture that someone. Okay, this is my theory. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm thinking that it's no getting away from the fact that these guys did it. It's on video, right? But they're trying to say a more powerful being is pulling the strings, right? That's why I said their defense is definitely a conspiracy, right? They're saying it's a bigger conspiracy at play. Okay. They mention names like Drake, who has a public beef with the decedent, right? Has allegedly ties to these powerful gangs, even had a confirmed gang person said he's actually the shooter for Drake. Then you have the Migos, where they're tying into Cardi B, who is a confirmed blood member, allegedly, according to 6ix9ine testimony. Then you have over here DJ Academics trying to warn XXX not to go to battle with Drake because of whatever reason. Then you got Joe Budden tying in his street knowledge allegedly. So it's just all over the place. All over the place. Like, whoo, Jesus. What? Let me see. It's another comment. If that's the case, then the defense needs to get their clients to speak on it or leave it alone. I'm just saying. Yeah, but I want y'all to remember when I asked y'all if what we have read so far causes any reasonable doubt. And we were definitely divided. Some said yes, some said no. It only takes one juror to have reasonable doubt and the whole case can go. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like as far as the truth scene, we like it point blank. Like, just say what it is. Like, speak, tell us what it is. But from the eyes of the law, you don't need nothing but one person to say, I think Drake probably set it up. It was something more. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it still don't change the fact that they did it. But to somebody else, it's possibly on that jury pool, it could. So, oh, snap. Y'all, look down here at 35. It says the defense believes the following witnesses have information on XXX associations to gangs. Members only in very rare crew. I'm not going to go into every name, but I want y'all to look at this name. Christian Eppinger of Young Slime Life. He is let me see, 1, 2, 3, the fourth one on the list. Y'all see that? That is something. Not a YSL pleaded out member. Also on the witness list for the XXX case. That is crazy. Then number 37, it says the defense has included witnesses that lack addresses. Many for these witnesses, it's so many typos in this, it makes my head hurt. Many of these witnesses are celebrities who hide their addresses. The defense is actively searching for addresses and believe that the court should grant them leeway to do so. The states request that the court order that the defendant who is um to bring the defense witnesses at a defense's cost to the state of Florida. Whew. Y'all, that was a lot. Y'all got any questions on it? Oh, look, let me tell you, they doing their homework. Let me show y'all this. In this same packet, look, they got the screenshots. This one says, if anyone, this is the IG story post of XXX. If anyone tries to kill me, it was champagne poppy. I'm snitching right now. Then it has another IG story post. Please stop entertaining that BS on Twitter. My accounts were previously hacked. Yeah. Now, for those who don't recall, I got upset like maybe a week or two ago because y'all know I'll be watching Academics Live. You know who don't, to tell you the truth. And he was on the comment about people testifying. And I asked in the comments, I said, well, are you planning on testifying at the XXX murder case? And I got put in timeout. Okay. And I was just like, why are you putting me in time out? Because I asked a question that's similar to the topic. You know what I'm saying? After reading these documents tonight, I understand why I got put in timeout. Because I guess he ain't want to talk about it. But now I understand it. Now I see why it didn't make sense. I mean, I still don't understand why. I mean, it's public information. Like, you put everybody else public info. This is public information. But yeah. So that is definitely interesting. Okay. Now, let me go back up. I'm gonna save this for another live just because the timing. We done been at this an hour and a half, and I want to open up the floor for what we have talked about. But I do want to show a couple more things. So, as I showed y'all before, this is the transcripts for Cleopatra Bernard taken on October 28th, 2022. It's one thing I'm about to show y'all for conversation purpose, right? Because remember I asked y'all a question at the beginning of the live. I said, do you think he was stalked and then they just came across like the money because they was watching him? Or do you think it was a setup? Exactly, spread love. Like, I was like, not me getting put in timeout. I'm like, I don't even put people in timeout on my own page, but I ain't been back over there since. But now I see why he was mad. Not him. I ain't gonna sit here and say like academics actually sat there and was looking at my comment, but one of his moderators for sure was looking. For sure. And give me a minute, y'all. I'm about to pull it up. But don't worry, look, one day the truth team gonna be a global phenomenon. And we gonna put him and his moderators in timeout if they ever come up on our post. Okay? We're gonna speak it into existence now. That's how we gonna get our get back. Look, he got the upper hand right now, but we gonna get our get back. Alright, so let me see here. I'm trying to find where it starts at. But yeah, y'all, please stop doing all this stuff for social media because obviously it come back to bite you in your booty. Okay, let me do a search because I don't feel like looking through all these things, okay? All right, here we go. Let me make this big. All right, here we go. So this again is XXX mother's statement to the police. Okay, so let me see where I want to begin at. Okay, so here we go at line 14. The question. Miss Tina said it's annoying, but it makes her research easier. Yes, it does. Okay. Line 14, it says, the question is, could you tell me who was with your son when he passed away? The answer is Leonard Carr. I don't know if it's Kerr or Carr. Okay, I'm just going to say Carr. Okay. The next question is, could you tell me who he is? The answer is Leonard Carr is my younger son's father's brother. Then the question is, and did he go with your son because you prompted him to? The mother said yes. The next question is, okay, why did you prompt him to? She then says, well, he was going to the bike shop and he would need someone to drive back either the car or the bike. The question is, okay, and your son told you that he was going to buy a bike that day? She stated yes. The next question, do you know how many he was going to buy? Just one? Or the answer then was he didn't say, just he said a bite. So I assume one. Then they said, okay. So let me go down some more because this, to me, in the truth team, this definitely gave us some questions. So I want to see if y'all feel the same way. Let me see. They're changing out people asking the questions. All right. So just to sum up what this says, basically, right before he passed away, his mother was supposed to have been going to Japan. However, XXX had to turn himself in and everything just got sidetracked, so she never made it to Japan. Okay? Now, let me see. It's a lot of stuff I don't wanna okay, here we go. This is one of the questions I want y'all to remember. The question is, who was flying with you? Was there anybody flying with you? Her answer is, it was me and Leonard and Paul Kelly and Christina. I think that's it. Okay. Then it says, all right, do all four of these people also go to XX's house with you? She said no. Paul Kelly took an Uber home. I believe I dropped Kevin off, and then Christina and I went to the house. Now, my question is, who the hell is Kevin? Because that wasn't on the list of people you just named. So is Leonard Kevin? See, that's a discrepancy already, and I'm not even no lawyer. Okay. Oh, he's not Kevin, because it then says, the question is, what about Leonard? Then she said, I dropped him off home. So, now let's go. Okay, let's see. Is this the one? All right, not there. We'll get into that next time. Next. I'm trying to get into the juice about what she said surrounding why she sent the guy there. All right, here we go. Here we go. The question here, and this is line 10. This is before the killing. Oh, this deposition was taken last year, the end of last year for trial. But what she's speaking in regards is the time leading up to his death. So the question was, what was their last conversation about, right? She said he didn't understand why he was going to be arrested again. He felt he was, on a good path and staying out of trouble, right? This was still hunting him. We spoke about, he was saying about him possibly running. And we spoke about in his absence if I would be able to do a charity event that weekend, if I would be able to handle the charity event. Oh my God. Okay. It then asked, how would you characterize his demeanor? She said he was anxious and nervous. They then asked, you said he mentioned possibly running. Was there any further discussion of that? Did it go any further than this just saying I'm thinking about running? Was there any further discussion of that? She said, yeah, I just said to him, Ja, you're famous. You have tattoos on your face and blue hair. Like, you're not going to, you can't, I'm sorry, y'all. Side note, this here just, what? To me, that conversation don't even seem reasonable. I know if I was talking to my mom and I said, hey, I'm about to run. I ain't turning myself on. My mom gonna say, you stupid as fuck. Like, girl, shut up. And you gonna go handle this or whatever. I don't ever see, I don't know. That conversation just don't flow to me. But never again, every parent and child relationship is different. So the next question is, did you feel like he agreed with you on that? She said, yeah. All right, we're gonna skip over the charity event. I want to get into the day of the murder. So here we go. So before I get into this question, they're talking about the bike, why he wants to get a bike. She said, so the question is, how did he respond? She said, he was like, I'm getting the bike, I'm going to the bank. And I said, okay, well, let me get security together for you. Question to the chat. If your son is a famous rapper who allegedly has issues with famous rappers with gang ties, and he's already has a nervous demeanor, what type of security are you getting for him? Okay. Are you getting actual security from a firm? Two, are you going to get just some boys in the hood to do security? Or three, are you getting a family member to do security? Y'all tell me in the chat. One, two, or three. And while y'all doing that, I'm going to continue. So, it says the question is, you've talked about this a little bit with Mr. Padilla. Tell me a little bit about why you felt the need to get security for him for that. She said, well, as he spoke about earlier, being knocked out on stage, being jumped by Migos affiliates, I felt he needed security, and he's a celebrity as well. So Spray Love said, I am the security if I can't find hired or real security. Correct. Now, with that being said, this is my thing. And we're gonna just get to the bread and butter here, right? So these are her answers right here. Before I even finish the thought that I was just having, the next question was: you said there was at the time when he got punched on stage, you had security there. She then says, I had security there. They said, was it like an official security firm? She said yes. Then it said, what was the name of that company? She said, I can't recall, but I have the guy that facilitates. I have his information if you need. So then the next question is, on this day, on June 18th, it ends up being Mr. Carr that goes with him, correct? She said correct. Then the question is, and I'm at line 9, was there ever a discussion about anybody else going with XXX? She replied, just security, and he said they're going to take too long. Then the question was, so you wanted additional security to go with him? Her answer is, I wanted him to not be alone, and I wanted him to have somebody to drive the bike or the car back, whichever is needed. Next question is, did Mr. Carr own the firearm? She said no. Next says, was there ever any discussions of having him armed while he went with Mr. XXX? She said no. Next question was, what did you tell Mr. Carr he needed to do on this trip to go get the bike? She said, I just asked him if he was available. He said he was. And I said, Ja wants to go buy this bike. I want you to go with him in the event that he does buy the bike, that he could either ride the car or the bike back. So, I'm going to continue to read a couple more questions, and then we going to get into my point where I'm trying to point out here. The next question was, what was your understanding of how XXX was going to pay for the bike? Her answer was, we didn't discuss that. Pause. Side note. Y'all, let me ask y'all this. Earlier in the question, she stated that he told her he was going to the bank. But she's answering here that they never discussed how he was going to pay for the bike. Interesting, right? So the next question is, did you have any knowledge of him going to get cash in order to pay for the bike? She said yes. Again. Okay, let me maybe I'm tripping. The question was, what was your understanding of how XXX was going to pay for the bike? She said we didn't discuss that. Then it says, did you have knowledge of him going to get cash in order to pay for the bike? She said yes. Then the next question is, okay, what was your knowledge of that? He did say he was going to the bank. Is it me or am I tripping? Maybe I'm not reading it right. Y'all got what she was trying to say? Cause like I'm over here looking at the screen like, huh? How you not have knowledge of how it was going to be, how he was going to pay for the bike, but you know he was going to get cash from the bank? This is beyond me. So let's continue. Okay. Whew. So line 13, it says, okay, was it common or usual for him to go and take out large amounts of money? The answer was he would go from time to time. So let's just stop there and just say, based on what his mom is saying, he didn't do that a lot. So it wasn't like somebody can be like, okay, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., he gonna go get money. She said from time to time. Then it said, in the time that he went before, did he go with security? She said no. Then the question is, so to your knowledge, was this the first time that somebody went with him to get money? The answer is this. She stated he wasn't necessarily going with him to get the money because he went on his own. He was going because of the bike situation. If he went to get the bike, he would need somebody to drive and then it says ride the bike back or drive his car. Let me say this, okay? Forget the bike. if your son is famous, and especially someone who's already a nervous type of person, is in fear for his life and his mind, or whatever the case may be, you're not going to no bank alone at all. Forget driving a bike or driving a car or whatever. You're not going to the bank alone. Forget going to the bike shop alone. You're not going to the bank alone. Um. Okay. Let's continue. They do ask on line 10. Was there a discussion about the time the trip was going to occur? She said no. And let me pause and look at the comments. Her statement horribly contradicts itself. That is so sad. She called a ninja, dropped him, right. And that's what I'm getting at. Okay. So look, Spread Love trying to jump the gun. So I'm about to finish it so we can get to Spread Love comments. So it says here, how was Ja and Mr. Carr going to meet up? She said Ja went to the bank. I went to pick up Leonard from down the street because he lives pretty close and dropped him off at the bank. The next question was, so XXX was already at the bank? She said correct. Then they asked, when you physically brought Mr. Carr to the bank? She said correct. They said, did Mr. Carr have a vehicle? She said he did. Then they said, was there any reason why he didn't just drive himself to the bank? She said, no, just went and picked him up and dropped him off. Mind you, your son is scared, nervous. You're scared and nervous, allegedly, because of the incidents that happened with Migos and Drake. We'll continue. Then it said, question, were you present at the bank when XXX actually took out some cash? She said no. Did you ever go inside the bank? She said no. Did you tell anybody else that he was at the bank? She said no. When you picked up Mr. Carr, was there anybody else at Mr. Carr's home? She said, I have no idea. He just came outside. Then the question was, so you didn't go in Mr. Carr's home? She said no. Then it said, to your knowledge, did Mr. Carr live with anybody? She said he lived with his brother. Then it asked for the brother's name. And then the question is, and this is the father of your other son? She said correct. Next question was, do you know what time you left the bank? She said no, I didn't look at the time. Then it said, can you estimate how long before you left the bank or how long after you left the bank that you got the phone call? She said no. She said, the question is, did you have any interaction with XXX at the bank? She said no. They said, where did you go when you left the bank? She said home. Then let me see what's next. What's next? All right, it's another. So she said a lot of answers to the next questions as I don't recall. But is one I wanted to get to that goes into what was going on. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. On line 2, the question is, prior to his death, did you have any further interaction? Text, call, anything like that with him? Her answer is he did call, and before I got to the house and said that. The question is, so between the bank and the house then? She said, yeah, on my way to the house, he called and said he was able to get $50,000. And I asked him if he wanted me to come with him. He said no. And he said he loves me, and I told him I love him, and that was that. Then if you go down, it says, how would you characterize his demeanor during the conversation? She said he sounded fine. Then they said normal. She said yes. Then it said when he called you, Lennar was with him at that time. She said, I'm not sure. Next question was he still at the bank when he called or was he? She said, I'm not sure. Next question is, you don't know where he was at, so you go up to the doctor's office. Do you call or text anybody else during that time? She said no. And then it goes on to say that on line 20, it says, did you know he was going to the river to get the bike? Did you know anything about River Motorsports? The answer is, yeah, we bought bikes from them before. Then it says, question, the call you received was from Mr. Carr. She stated yes. Then the question was, that was your first notification of what had happened? She said yes. Now, this is where we're going to stop with the paperwork. This is where, and I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all did not know the part already, that Mr. Carr fled the car. Like, he jumped down and he left. Let me see if I can pull up the video real quick, because on the video it shows the gunman points the gun at Mr. Carr, allegedly, but didn't shoot him. But the paperwork says that he was shot multiple times. That XXX was shot multiple times. So my question is, why was he not? Why wasn't the passenger shot at if they loaded out a whole clip of bullets into XXX? Now that question I asked everybody earlier: do y'all think XXX was like stalked and followed, or do y'all think he was set up? I'm gonna put it out there for the Truth Team public opinion. We haven't done this in a while. I need everybody that believes XXX was stalked and that's how things transpired to put a 1 in the chat. I need everybody who think he was set up to put a 2 in the chat. Y'all go ahead and light it up while I try to find this video and see if it will play. Okay, I'm seeing some 2s come up. Okay, I see nothing but 2s right now. All right. I'm with y'all. I feel like it was a setup for sure. My next question to y'all, based off what we have read so far, does anybody think they know who may have set him up? Y'all just let me know. If y'all think y'all know, or y'all have a hunch of who may have done the setup, or who do y'all think allegedly? Y'all already know everything that we discuss is entertainment purposes only. We just play Clue. You know, we were not there. But do y'all have like a spider sense that says, hey, this is probably what it was? Okay, I see some people say yes in the chat, that they think they kind of know. Now, oh yeah, one thing that I was saying before while we was reading was the security aspect. Based on what we saw or read about Mr. Carr, he was unarmed. I know if I was sending my son somewhere and I felt like he needed security, I'm not sending him with somebody who don't even own a gun or have a gun. That's for sure. For two, this guy didn't seem like he was supposed to be no security. This man was in flip flops. Just there. He was basically a companion going to the store with him. He wasn't there for security. And what confuses me is, how did you start off by saying you asked Mr. Carr to go because he needed security, but then in the same breath you said, oh, he just needed to go to drive. What's up, Keela? That's what I don't understand. How did you need, what did he need? Did he need a driver or did he need security the most? Because from what I'm seeing, Mr. Carr fits more of the driver scenario than he do security. So you still left him to be on his own. Exactly, Spread Love. That's a good question. Spread Love was like, are you going to drive a motorcycle in flip-flops? Because he literally had flip-flops on. But I will tell you, when he ran out that car, I thought the flip-flops was going to come off, but they didn't come off. But it still leads me to say, it looks, y'all know I don't do conspiracy theories, but when you look at the paperwork that they have in this case so far, you can't help but say, it's more stuff we're going to get into in part 2. But just based on what we read so far, I definitely feel like it's some reasonable doubt. Definitely some reasonable doubt. And not reasonable doubt as if they did it, but reasonable doubt on the motive behind it. So I asked y'all one time before, but I'm going to ask y'all again. As far as the truth team, put a 1 if you think it is reasonable doubt that these guys did not act alone. And put a 2 if you feel like, nah, they acted alone. Ain't nobody else had nothing to do with that. They just did it on their own. A 1 if they had help putting this together. A 2 if they did it on their own. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This case here is, okay. And if you didn't know, because I think because we didn't play the video, I probably didn't read that part. But they actually blocked him in leaving out of the place. So they went in the store, bought the mask, went back out the store, and actually waited on him to leave. And the whole time, according to police documents, they were in view, the camera view the whole time. So literally they watched the whole thing on camera. Okay. So I see a lot of people in the chat are saying that they acted alone. They don't believe it was nobody else involved, just those 4. So this is my question to those who think it was just those 4 involved. Who got the drop on XXX? Because if y'all remember when I first read the affidavit, it says that Williams was home with his kids when the other 3 pulled up, like, yo, come on, let's go. And he had to get his lineman to watch his kids. So who did the drop? So that's my thing. Like, who did the drop? Because it's like, I know this is how I'm thinking about it, right? So if it was just, yo, yeah, we just plotting, oh, Lord, y'all see what that is? Look at that car. Let's go pull up. We ain't got time to go pick up nobody that got to find a babysitter. We got to do it right now. So because they had time to go pick up somebody, I felt like somebody already, and I don't think it would have been somebody at that damn bike shop, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to say I don't think it's a bike shop just because it is. This is why I don't think it's a bike shop. Because if it was somebody in a bike shop, you wouldn't even have to come in the bike shop because you would have already knew for sure who was in there. I'm sorry. I hate to say what I'm about to say. I think it was somebody in X's XXX immediate circle. To be honest, to be honest, somebody that already knew what was about to be the moves. Because they had time to rally up. All four suspects was not all together, according to the affidavit. So they had time to get everybody in the car, get to River Sports, and I'm gonna have to. I got the address that they said they got. The Williams guy from. I'm gonna do for part two. I'm gonna have the distance, but they was able to get him, get to River Sports, and like I told y'all, the dude in the black, Robert Allen is a big dude, like 400. He had time to get out the car, walk in the store with Williams. They get the mask, walk back out, get in the car. The car pulls out the parking lot, go find a spot to wait for him to come out. Let the guys get to the end of the driveway and then pull it off. And I agree with y'all. With what y'all saying in the chat, I agree. And like I said, on part two, we're going to get into more of the transcripts from the mom. But it's definitely because I just don't understand how the guy that went with him fit the criteria to be security. When I say, and I'm gonna try to get the video to play, because when I say that guy ran out that car, like, I don't even think the shooters was even like, that door opened so quick and he took off and didn't look back. But I gotta look at the timing closely, because when we were watching it earlier, I kind of felt like the dude kind of, jumped out a little too quick. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of like he had already had the knowing of what's going on. And then even in the clip that I was showing y'all from inside, they both looked at the two dudes in the store. So now I'm not gonna say I saw the dude on the phone in the store. Like, the dude that he was with was not on the phone in the store from what they showed. But yeah. So Keela, I never saw the documentary. I might need to check that out. But it's definitely, just from what we read of his mom transcripts, it's definitely some inconsistencies as far as what she was saying. Even the part about she wasn't aware of how he was going to pay for the bike, but she knew he was going to the bank to get cash. That made no sense. So, y'all, we done got through a lot of information. We're going to do part two tomorrow night, because like I said, the trial starts on Wednesday, and it's over 500 pieces of documentation that we have to get through. And I think we're still in the first 100 pages. So we're definitely going to do part two tomorrow. What's the next part I was about to say? I had got a brain fart just now. Shots with Mickey will air tonight at 12:02 a.m. Eastern time. So y'all make sure y'all pull up. Yeah, definitely, Keela. Look, because we done went over a lot, okay? And I'm definitely gonna check out that doggone yeah, that's how I know I'm getting tired. I'm definitely gonna check out the Netflix thing, because I was not aware of that. But yeah, y'all, it's been a lot to take in. Parts that we didn't know. It's still parts that's unclear. Cause like I said, I'm still confused as to why Cardi B name was mentioned. And what testimony was they referring to with 6ix9ine? And so yeah, y'all, we gonna try to get answers to this. Hopefully in court we'll get more answers to it to figure what's what. But Y'all, this case here is definitely deep. Okay. And I'm not sure exactly where it's gonna end at. But y'all, as always, I appreciate y'all rocking out with your girl. We done been going strong for about 2 hours. We gonna go ahead and bring this live to the end. Again, 12:02 a.m. Shots with Mickey will be premiering. Y'all meet me in the chat. I'll be there hopefully because y'all know I be no fell asleep. But yeah. Um, Check me out tomorrow night. We gonna say I'm gonna aim for 9 p.m. Like Loud Pet said, no, I'll be late, but nah, I'm gonna try to be on time. We gonna do 9 p.m. We gonna pick up where we left off tonight. And yeah, y'all, we're still working on the Melly case and the King Von case. I'm coming. Look, I was just telling Spread Love, Miss Tina, I got to keep up with all these trial dates because XXX murder trial came unexpectedly to me. I was not aware it was coming in January. So it kind of jumped the list because I needed to get it out there before the trial came out. So yeah, as always, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with your girl. I'm about to log off. And y'all have a good night. And I'll holla.